When you walk through a grocery store, you see chicken neatly packaged, ready for you to take home and cook. The meat is trimmed, portioned, and presented as if that's all there ever was to the bird. But have you ever wondered about the rest of the bird? What happens to everything that doesn't end up in those tidy packages? A chicken is more than just the meat we prefer. It has a head, feet, feathers, and organs, parts that rarely make it to your dinner table, but are just as real and important. So, where does all of that go? The answer is more interesting and a lot dirtier than you might imagine. These parts don't just disappear. The modern poultry industry is a massive global machine processing billions of chickens annually, producing mountains of feathers, bones, heads, and feet. The scale is almost unimaginable. In a different era, much of this might have been considered garbage, destined for landfills or incinerators. But today, waste is a missed opportunity, and every part is scrutinized for its potential. Every part of that chicken has potential value, and finding that value is a dirty job that someone has to do. It's a world of hard work, innovation, and sometimes surprising creativity. This journey into the world of chicken byproducts is not for the faint of heart. It involves processes far removed from the sanitized aisles of your local supermarket, where nothing ever seems out of place. We'll explore rendering plants that transform waste into useful products, global trade networks that move these byproducts around the world, and labs where scientists turn feathers into futuristic materials you'd never expect. It's a complex system driven by profit, sustainability, and the need to reduce waste, reminding us that behind every clean product, there's a messy story worth telling, one that connects us all. We're going to follow the parts of the chicken that most of us never see, and learn what happens to the heads, feet, feathers, and everything in between. Their journey is as fascinating as it is unexpected. It's a story about resourcefulness, cultural differences, and the surprising ways we make the most of what we have. In some places, what's discarded in one country is a delicacy in another. You might never look at a simple chicken the same way again once you understand the incredible journey that every part takes after leaving the processing plant. The story goes far beyond the meat on your plate. It's a story of turning what one person calls waste into what another calls dinner or even the future, a testament to human ingenuity and the hidden value in everything around us. Let's start at the top. The chicken head. It's a part of the bird that most people in the West rarely see, let alone eat. Yet it's a fascinating entry point into how different cultures value and use every part of an animal. In Western countries, the idea of eating a chicken head is unappetizing, even shocking to some. Most shoppers prefer their poultry neatly packaged, far removed from anything that reminds them of the living animal. Chicken heads are typically seen as inedible waste, separated from the body and tossed into bins. They're not considered food, but rather a byproduct of the meat industry. But they don't go to a landfill. Instead, they head to a rendering facility where they are cooked down and transformed into useful products. This process is a hidden but essential part of the food system. The fat becomes poultry fat or tallow for soap or biofuels, while the protein becomes a key ingredient in pet food or livestock feed. Even though it's not on our plates, the chicken head still finds a purpose. Now, let's travel to countries like China or Thailand, where the story of the chicken head is different. Here, the head is not hidden away, but celebrated. Here, it's a delicacy, sold by street vendors, grilled, seasoned, or added to stews and soups. People line up for the unique flavor and texture, savoring every bite. This stark difference highlights a cultural divide in what we consider food. What's discarded in one place is a sought-after treat in another. In many parts of Asia, using the entire animal is a practice born from making the most of every resource. It's about respect, tradition, and sometimes necessity. Eating the head shows respect for the animal, ensuring nothing is wasted. It's a way to honor the life that was taken for food. For Westerners, the preference is for convenience and distance from the animal's original form. The less it resembles the living creature, the more appealing it is. So, while one culture sees a bin of raw material for animal feed, another sees a tray of savory snacks waiting to be grilled. The same ingredient, two very different destinies. It's the same part of the chicken, but seen through two very different lenses. Our food choices are shaped by history, necessity, and tradition, reminding us that what's strange to one culture can be a cherished comfort to another. If you think chicken heads have a surprising story, wait until you hear about the feet. Chicken feet, or paws, are one of the most profitable parts of the chicken, aside from the meat itself. For poultry producers in the US, chicken feet represent a massive export opportunity. Millions of pounds are shipped to Asia, especially China, where they are a beloved ingredient. Prized for their unique texture, they are a staple of dim sum, braised, pickled, or added to soups. The high collagen content gives them a chewy, melt-in-your-mouth quality. The journey from a US processing plant to a Chinese dinner table is carefully managed. Feet are cleaned, scalded, chilled, or flash-frozen to preserve quality. Beyond the dinner plate, yarngansir or handelsgamendan, kobrunzindan kaltor. Ajarnda from chicken feet is used in beauty products and medical fields. It's a source of valuable protein supporting a range of products we use every day. What happens to the billions of pounds of feathers produced by the poultry industry each year? The primary solution has been to turn them into feather meal, a high-protein powder used in animal feed and organic fertilizer. But the story of feathers doesn't end there. Scientists see them as a renewable, biodegradable raw material. The keratin protein in feathers is strong and lightweight, leading to research in biodegradable plastics and lightweight composite materials. Imagine packaging or disposable cutlery made from feathers that break down in the environment. Engineers are experimenting with feather fibers for textiles and insulation materials. We are just beginning to discover what we can do with this abundant resource, turning a natural byproduct into sustainable products of the future. Beyond the heads, feet, and feathers, there are still more parts of the chicken to account for. We're talking about the insides, the organs, blood, and intestines. Organs, or giblets, are nutrient-dense and perfect for pet food. In some cultures, these organs are a staple of the human diet, like pan-fried chicken livers or grilled hearts. Blood is collected and used in various cuisines, forming solid cakes or cubes added to soups and stews. Where not used for human food, blood is rendered into blood meal, a high-protein organic fertilizer. Even intestines are cleaned and processed, sometimes used as natural sausage casings. The goal is always the same: find a use for everything, ensuring no part is left behind. Why does the poultry industry go to such lengths to use every part of the chicken? It comes down to economics and sustainability. Turning byproducts into commodities creates additional revenue streams, transforming a disposal problem into a profitable enterprise. Selling chicken feet to China or turning feathers into animal feed adds millions to the bottom line. This economic incentive fuels the system, keeping meat prices affordable. Beyond money, there is a growing emphasis on sustainability. The industry is moving toward a circular economy, designing waste out of the system. By finding a use for every byproduct, the industry reduces its environmental footprint. Nutrients are captured and returned to the food system, creating a closed-loop system. As the world's population grows, this efficiency will become more important than ever. The journey of chicken byproducts paints a vivid picture of our planet's diverse cultures, tastes, and the ways we connect through food. Across continents, chicken is more than just a meal. It's a reflection of history, tradition, and the values we hold. In the West, consumers often prefer clean, uniform cuts of meat, driven by convenience, modern lifestyles, and a psychological distance from the animal itself. This approach shapes not only what we eat, but how we perceive food. In contrast, many cultures around the world embrace a nose-to-tail approach, rooted in generations of frugality, resourcefulness, and respect for the animal. Parts like feet, heads, and organs are not discarded. They're celebrated in comfort foods, festive dishes, and family recipes passed down through time. These differing attitudes toward chicken reflect unique histories, economies, and culinary traditions, shaping the way communities gather and share meals. The global trade in chicken byproducts serves as a bridge between these cultural divides, connecting distant markets and people. It creates a symbiotic relationship where the preferences of one market complement the needs and traditions of another, fostering mutual benefit. This system ensures the entire animal is utilized, reducing waste on a global scale and supporting more sustainable food systems. It's a quiet, ongoing example of globalization promoting both efficiency and sustainability, helping us rethink how we value food. While our tastes and traditions may differ, we can find common ground in making the most of our resources, respecting the food we eat, and working together to leave a lighter footprint on our planet for future generations.